We're talking about airplane.
Keep it going. Guys, welcome to the Corridor Cast. We're going already, and I'll do some introductions later, but Sam's got something to say.
All right, the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, he comes up to you and says, boys,
I'll
give you one drone strike.
Ooh.
Anywhere you want.
Anytime.
Where are you going to lay down this bad boy?
Okay, topic of the day that we're starting with.
And you have
That's a hot topic.
You have to drone strike something. All he wants is a coordinate. All right?
Something and or slash someone.
Yeah.
He just wants a coordinate.
He says I have
Give me the numbers.
What's the blast radius?
First of all, I hope that Gavin Newsom doesn't have access to guided missile strikes.
I mean, what?
But
radius 40, 50 meters?
50 meters? Okay,
he's got a guided drone strike.
It's precise.
You can drop it on anybody.
Pretty wide,
that's pretty okay.
That's 100 meters diameter. That's pretty.
It's not like
it's a hunky one.
Ooh.
You don't even have to hold the Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not like a Trump bomb though. The old Trump bombs.
No.
Hey,
no.
Those extra XXL bombs.
He says you can even choose the size of your missile.
Oh, good. Okay.
If your answer is Donald Trump, you should seriously consider leaving the United States.
No.
I don't mean that to be like, oh, Donald Trump. I just mean that like, if you're seriously considering dropping this bomb on the president, for whatever purpose, you should probably consider leaving the country. But if it wasn't him, doesn't matter who is president.
I didn't say it has to be a person. You could just freaking Mount Rushmore or whatever.
Right.
Wouldn't do a person.
I wouldn't do Mount Rushmore. No, some people would.
Oh,
some people would.
I actually found, speaking of Trump and Mount Rushmore, someone photoshopped Trump's head as an addition to Mount Rushmore. It is the funniest thing.
No, does he have the hair and everything?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if I can just real quick show the cameras this, because it's so good.
Did they put the facade, like the rock facade, over it? The texture and everything? Oh my god, that's actually pretty good.
It's so
show the camera. Show the camera.
It's such a funny
It's so cringy.
Like right next to all of those iconic presidents.
Yeah.
And then here's our man.
He's just the ultimate troll. Anyways, each time we hop on these things, I'm like, let's not talk about politics all night.
Listen, this doesn't have anything to do with politics. This is the Riffcast.
Okay? This is the first.
We're gonna take everything right now, and we're just gonna kick it in the junk.
That's right. We have zero plans. We don't know where we're going.
Listen, come along for the ride, and things are gonna get weird, and forgive us for we know not what we do, but we're just planning to have some fun and maybe come up with some comedic beats here.
Our opinions are probably wrong.
Some comedic beats.
So anyways, back to the drone strikes, okay? I need real answers.
All right,
Sam,
I'll
Sam's
start.
your topic. You go first.
I'll kick it off. All right.
Okay.
I got my map loaded up in my mind. I'm honing in on a target. Area 51. I'm going to shoot a missile directly into Area 51. Why? Wow. Because honestly, there are not any alien UFOs in Area 51, and if we blew it up, people would stop asking questions because it was just like, what? It's all destroyed.
Do you think it would even make it? Or do you think it would be intercepted by something?
Look, I mean, these are crazy questions that I didn't think about. The governor of California, Gavin Newsom.
Drone striking.
Slick Rick. Slick Gavin.
Wherever you want to go.
He just said he's going to shoot it, and I trust him that he's going to make that target go boom. so I'm just throwing it out there.
Boom power.
It's a pretty chill one, no more. Even if there were UFOs, boom, they're gone. They're toast.
Mount Rushmore, the UFOs, guys, problem solved. Not only do we have answers today, we have solutions.
So many solutions.
And before we talk about more solutions, I just want you to know this episode is brought to you by Storyblocks. More on them later. They have tons of asset solutions. But Matt.
Oh, wait, we can use that sponsorship perfectly for the segment where we show some B-roll of things exploding, drone strikes, and the location right before it's exploded.
Okay, guys, hold for B-roll in 5, 4.
No, it already happened.
2, 1.
Before we go any further, let me take a moment and tell you about today's sponsor, Storyblocks. Now, we've talked about them in the past on this channel, and that's because they're so great to what we do over here at Corridor Digital. And let me tell you why. If you're a up-and-coming creator or you're already a professional creator and you're just looking to expand your arsenal of tools for all the things that you make, consider Storyblocks because they have a complete and virtually unlimited library. They're the one-stop shop for all of your stock asset needs. They have After Effects templates. They have graphics. They obviously have tons of B-roll, and they have sound effects. Whenever we're working on a project and we go into it and there's a moment where we need something to help fill out a scene or complete the picture on something, we go over to Storyblocks, and through their unlimited all-access plan, we're able to go on, pick the things that we need for the project, download them, and use them. The best part about it is, when it comes to royalties, you're completely 100% in the clear. There's no specialized use. You can use everything you download from Storyblocks on things like commercials, on things like videos that you want to post on the internet and monetize. And that's the best thing about it, is it's no hassle. It's really easy to use. They are constantly updating the site and adding new stock assets all the time. So that's why we use them over here. Consider using Storyblocks. There's a link in the description below, or you can head on over to storyblocks.com/corridorcast, because that's a much better way to tell them that we sent you. Now, back to the podcast.
So, yeah. So anyway, so it wasn't meant to be a branded segment, and they probably aren't going to be too happy with this.
Probably
but
not.
It's okay because
No.
it's all in good faith. And
Yeah.
honestly, you know, their Storyblocks is they're great. We love
I already
them to
did
death.
that bit. Yeah, that's gonna come later. Matt, let's hear
Oh, boy.
let's hear where you're gonna drop the bomb.
Oh boy, where am I going to drop the bomb? Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to drop it right on those drone strikers themselves.
On the
you know
control
why?
center.
Because I don't believe in them. Oh, that's an opinion that I have.
Drone strikes aren't
Dang,
real.
Drone strikes are fake, and I'm going to prove it right here, right now, by dropping bombs on the drone strikers. Because they don't exist.
No, you didn't mean it like that, did you? You meant
drone
like
I do now. Now I do.
The drone strikers. You're drone striking the drone strikers.
Yeah,
It's like-
exactly.
I
What
love
does
it.
that even
but
mean?
Gavin Newsom, but Mr. Newsom, isn't this where we are currently working? And he's like,
These are our exact coordinates.
I made a promise.
I made a
I
promise.
didn't think about this.
I can't go back on my word.
He said anywhere.
My integrity.
Man, you know, I might have to like go for something obscure then here, because you guys pick very particular topics that apply so specifically
Mm-hmm.
to the object of drone striking.
Mm-hmm.
That I feel like I just need to go after like the entire cast of The Simpsons. Sorry, Eric. I know
The
you
whole
came. I know
Simpsons
you came on
cast.
Animators React, but like
The
Simpsons,
cast of The Simpsons, like the cartoon characters.
like the
like the car-
sorry,
the bomb flies
the
over your TV
cartoon-
screen and then gets animated
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
into
Yes.
the Simpsons universe.
Yes.
Animated,
and in
yeah.
the canon of the
Yes.
Simpsons universe, they all are taken out by a drone strike.
Yes,
Nice.
that's what I would do with the
That's
drone.
Is it
intense.
just? Is it the whole town, or is it the main characters?
I
don't know.
No,
I don't know
it's
Simpsons
how
household.
deep-seated your
It's all of
hate for the Simpsons.
All of Springfield.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're.
Well, because think about it, it's animated.
It goes deep.
Right? So
It's small.
if you're talking about 100-yard radius,
Yeah.
you could probably fit
Oh,
it all
that's true. Yeah, yeah,
within a 100-yard radius if it
Yeah.
was all
yeah.
drawn.
Springfield's probably not very big in reality.
Especially especially if the entire show is on like a thumb drive.
That's
Sure.
a big bomb.
That's true. You could drone strike the show, all of the
Yeah.
data.
Man, drone striking, that would be just like, can we just take a pause and think about that for a second? Like,
Is that too much power to for a person?
well,
to
no,
possess?
see, I don't know. I don't know if we can answer that. But the question I was going to ask is try to imagine yourself having to make that decision. And what information is it based off of?
Like you're
And-
holding that drone strike controller, the Xbox controller that they control the
Yeah.
Predator drones with, and they're like, press A. And you're like, bro,
Yeah.
I should be pressing B right now on this Xbox controller.
See, but maybe not. What if it's somebody that like gasses their own citizens or like, you know,
Maybe.
commits genocide against their own people?
Jake, we know how deep of a question this really is, but like, come on, like lighten the mood, okay?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Riffcast.
Come on, we can make drone
Sorry.
strikes fun.
Okay. All right. Next topic.
Politics.
Next topic.
Politics.
Listen.
Cops are bad.
Cops are, I can't break a cab.
Damn cop, give me a damn ticket.
They're taking our mailboxes.
That cop gave me a ticket. All cops are bad.
Yeah,
All right. Anyways, next topic.
that's what ACAB stands for. all cops are bad.
That's
are
all
bad.
cops are bad. Listen. Okay, I've got another one. I've got another doozy.
Oh, hit us with it.
Okay,
strike us with it.
Think about this. Here comes this drone strike of an idea. We take everyone from the core crew and we send them to Survival Island.
Where's that?
Wow.
Okay, we find an island somewhere in the Pacific, somewhere where you don't have to wear a shirt.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
It's nice and warm is what I mean.
There's like one or two of those, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone has to survive on that island for a week. No food, no water. Okay.
Okay.
Is this more like a Survivor thing or like
now.
a Naked and
This is
Afraid
serious.
thing?
No, this isn't like reality show. Like,
Oh, it's not a
obviously
reality show
we
at
film
all.
everything.
So it's a
obviously.
reality
You
show.
know, Jake,
Well,
I was initially
yeah,
going
but
to
it's not
say
made
that
up.
this is a really bad idea. I was originally going to say that, but I realized it's the Riffs cast, so I'm going to kind of run
Riffcast.
with this.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, roll with
no
it.
food, no water.
Yeah.
Do we get like some matches or a pocket knife?
Yeah, here. Let's talk
Do we
about
get
some
cool-
essential tools.
cool-
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let's
You
say
What's the framework?
so.
You get one.
What are the essentials?
You get one functional water filter. Okay. You don't get water. You're on a Pacific island. There may be
What
water
the hell you use a water filter for?
to filter the water.
But
so
it's
you
made
can
for
drink
water
it,
filters are made for
Dworsky.
fresh water. You have to boil salt water to filter that.
Well, maybe you're not getting your water from salt water.
Well, there's
there's
also
like a-
island streams.
If there's like an
or
island
something.
stream / waterfall scenario, then
it's
Yeah.
a
it's actually
fertile. I'll just say it this way. It's a fertile tropical
like a
island.
tropical jungle paradise.
Yes.
Giving life to all that inhabit.
Right. Now
There's like
that
just
you get that.
fruit
Okay.
growing on every tree.
You get one.
It's like
you
real
get-
Garden of Eden situation.
You get one K-bar knife, okay, like the standard Marine issue K-bar knife, and you get one flint strike, one piece of flint to make a fire.
One flint strike, and then they take it away.
No, like you get a piece of flint,
You get a
Producer just like
you get
that's
a
all you
piece
get.
of flint.
That's all you
a
get.
rod of flint. Yeah.
That's pretty good. I mean, honestly, it's just being able to create fire solves most of your problems.
Yeah.
Okay, so who first? Let's just kick it off right. Who dies?
Who dies first?
Yeah, who dies first?
Ooh.
This is the Riffcast. Remember, anything we say doesn't actually make
Who
sense or
dies
mean
first?
anything.
So I'm just gonna throw something out there. Daniel is very new, but he has a very sharp mind.
Okay.
And I think despite
He does indeed.
despite his persona, I think he would probably surprise all of us. So I'm not gonna say it's him. I think I kind of have to do this backwards.
Okay.
Mhm.
Where
Do it
I have to like
Who's
Weed-
most
weed out-
successful?
let's figure out the people who definitely survive, and
Find the
then
weak links.
Then
Okay.
we kind of figure that out.
I have a feeling it's gonna be me somehow.
Okay. Well, I've spent some time in the woods. I feel like I would do okay. I mean, I'm not gonna guarantee that I'd survive. I might fall off of something and die. I have a tendency to try to do that to myself. But, so spend some time in the woods. Nick.
So you're just making a case for
Nick.
yourself.
No,
So you're like,
no,
so,
I'm
so
just-
I definitely won't die.
I'm just starting with what
Okay.
my experience has been in the woods.
Yeah.
Nick is an Eagle Scout.
Yeah, he would
Okay.
survive.
Yeah.
He would be the Jesus. of the
Natalie's an
group.
Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got two
Yeah.
Eagle Scouts in the group. Let's see who else we got.
I'm a great listener, so
He's a great listener.
you tell me to do something.
Matt'll
I'll
be
do
there
it.
for therapeutic purposes.
Yeah.
You
I
go
can
to him
talk
and
to
be
you
like,
about your problems.
"Look, I've been really feeling like you
We'll be
know,
like, Matt,
the days are
sing us
getting
one
long."
more. Tell us one more poem before
One
you
more
die.
poem. Yeah.
Since you're the first to die, Matt, just give us a poem that we can remember you by.
Can you give us a
Guys,
poem
why
right
didn't
now?
you just feed me though? I just needed a little food
I just need
to
a little
live.
food. Everyone like that's the whole point of a civilization. Everyone does different things very well.
Yeah.
Matt does the poems. Jake starts the fire.
I'm the poem guy, obviously.
Actually, everyone does the work,
Matt,
and they feed Matt, and in return they
can
get.
you give us a poem right now?
Can I do that?
Yeah, let's see if you'd be good at this.
My brain, I don't think functions with rhymes. I can't
It
like.
doesn't have to rhyme.
Well,
Matt, I heard you have
An onomatopoeia,
expertise in stagecraft.
I do have an X. That's why I got
you're,
that
you're telling
pencil.
me you spent years backstage hearing
Yeah.
actors just
Yeah.
blast out cool
Yeah.
rhymes and poems and cool quotes from literary history, and you can't even conjure one up for us to
I let
entertain
the
us.
people. That's why I'm behind in the back of the stage making it. And
you said you were a good listener.
I let the,
Listen,
yeah,
here,
exactly.
I'm bringing that back.
So I
Try one.
can, so I can listen to other people make poems.
I'll try one.
I know.
I'll try
You
one.
can't remember them.
Oh, Pacific sun, how you are so hot during the day, and yet you go at night, leaving us cold and wanting of you. But when you come back around, you're so hot again, we want you to go away. Pacific sun, why don't you do something useful for us and kill us a large animal that we may eat?
Well, that's like a pre-hunt prayer.
That was a great poem
That's cool.
that I
Nice.
listened to. I listened to that poem.
Yeah, I could do it too, but I don't want to bore you.
I don't want to shock
I know you won't even listen anyway.
I mean, now I got in
I
the
don't want
poem
to
mood,
insult you by making something.
Okay, so that's the desert island bit.
Wait,
We're gonna
wait,
cut
wait,
that one
wait,
short.
wait. Are we really done with the desert island bit?
I don't know. It's interesting.
So
but what else?
Matt? You're probably not gonna die because
Let's
you
assign
make friends so
jobs to
well, and
everybody.
there's
Yeah.
no way that anyone would let that happen to you.
Right. I'm great at stepping on other people too that are lower than me.
Just gonna tell you, it's probably it's not gonna be Nico because Nico's literally in an area with no cell phone reception and no electricity, and he's carried a boat for miles
Right now.
to get to his campsite.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's probably gonna handle that tropical
He
scenario.
has current. He's
Who's
training
the,
right
who's
now.
the doctor?
Oh.
Oh shit!
Who's the doctor of the island?
Oh.
So it's got to be
I
somebody
feel
good
like-
with hands.
I
Probably
feel like
Ren.
I was about to say Ren because of his lovely wife who is also a nurse.
Yeah, she may have imbued
Yeah,
upon
no,
him
Ren-
some,
Ren
He's
actually-
absorbed the information
Yeah,
over
some-
years.
some medical information
Yeah.
that we could find useful.
I like that idea.
Okay, so Ren's the doctor.
Ren is the doctor somehow, and that happened.
Ren's the doctor.
Yeah.
Who's like the bank? You know, like who do you go to like broker deals with other members of the tribe?
You know, I'll volunteer
Okay.
I'll volunteer for
as
that
the
one.
bank guy.
because
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good at mediating.
Yeah.
Maybe,
And you
but
played one on
probably-
TV.
Like I feel like if I was in a more high pressure situation like this, I would mediate better.
Yeah. What's
Hmm.
our currency on this island?
I'm probably gonna use coconut chips.
Coconut
yeah.
chips?
coconut
Yeah,
chips
yeah.
and sticks?
Would be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sticks or rare gems.
Well, sticks have value on an
Rare
island.
earth
Dry
magnets.
sticks have value on an island because you can use them for fire.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's
and
true.
for bow and arrows.
Large palm leaves.
What I'd be concerned about is like the water, you know, because the first thing you want to do is Bear Grylls
I know.
taught me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bear Grylls taught me anything. It's that the first thing you want to do
is drink your piss.
no, first you got to conserve energy. You got to slow down. You got to figure out your surroundings a little bit. And the next thing you got to do is get yourself some shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then after you got yourself some shelter, then you got to get yourself some water.
Yep.
Okay. And then after that, food.
Sure.
Now, I'd be concerned about all of us doing that in just that order to begin with. I think our chances on the island are probably 40-60 in favor of death.
Mm.
But
What if we work together as like a Swiss Family Robinson kind of team? You know,
yeah.
Ren fashions like a stick drone.
I mean, I think
Kind of thing.
realistically we would do that.
We have
I
this
think-
crazy
I'd
wood technology.
I'd probably just try to partner up with Nick and then broker deals from there.
Yeah.
That'd probably
Okay.
be my plan.
That's cool. I'd build like a primitive technology like shrimp catching basket. That'd be like my first thing that I would do.
That's your
Where I'd
first.
basically take jungle leaves
I don't even know if
and,
there's
and
shrimp
straw,
around.
and then well, like I'm just saying, like I feel like it's you could bet on it.
It could be-
I'm taking a gamble.
It could be for
but
crabbing too.
It's for crabbing.
It could
but
be for
basically
crabbing.
using some like wicker situation kind of thing. Make a cool basket that I can catch some shrimp in
See
the
that?
stream with. Or
Sam's
some,
Crab
some
Shack.
crawfish.
Sam's Crab Shack. It'd be the
Sam-
hottest
or
spot on the
Sam's
island.
Shack.
Sam's got crabs.
Sam's got Sam's
I'd be-
crabs.
Yeah.
Sam's crabs.
And so yeah, basically I'd put that over like a little kettle situation, like make a little clay
Yeah.
burner kind of
Okay.
thing.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah. Where'd you get the clay? Dug it up?
I mean,
freaking
there's-
just I went to the nearest water source and I took a look around. There's clay in those parts, so
Yeah. Find a
you
little
know,
mud.
it's not that hard. A little
Get it
mud, a little
going.
clay, make an
Yeah.
oven, mud oven. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Then I trade shrimp
I'm gonna
for favors.
for favors, for extracurricular favors.
No, but like no, not like sexual favors.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like hey,
Gotcha. Good to know.
like hey, can you grab me my water jug? Or hey, can you
Okay.
You hold up a shrimp.
yeah, hey, can you
Hey,
yeah,
one
can
shrimp,
can
and
you,
you can give me
Yeah.
that water jug.
can you collect me some more coconut chips?
Servant favors.
He'd have
more
the
of that.
hottest spot on the island.
Yeah, Shrimp Shack.
The Shrimp Shack.
That's pretty
Yeah.
dope.
That is. I would probably use my love of stagecraft to make a nice little platform where we can, for entertainment purposes.
Can we dive into that for a second?
Stagecraft.
We make our own movies.
Do you have a history in stagecraft?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I went to college and it was like a requirement to get into my film program was that I had to take a couple of years of stagecraft.
Really?
Couple years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Oh,
of
wait.
stagecraft.
So Stagecraft. I have an
Stagecraft
idea
1
of what
and
it
2.
is, but you can tell me what it is much better than
How does this
me.
start? Yeah,
I would love to get your idea of what stagecraft is.
So
though.
I imagine a play, and I imagine there's like those like walls that you build with some like 2x4s,
Yeah.
and they just get propped up. And you take a bucket of paint and you paint a hill, or you paint a hellish landscape, or whatever you know, whatever's required.
It was
Yeah.
very it got
then-
satanic
And
quick.
there's someone on the pulleys to move the clouds or the water. You know, like, you're there,
like a
for the
fourth
boat
grade
scene.
a fourth grade stage play in a cartoon.
I mean,
boats.
I'm laughing, but I'm kind of being 100%.
I know
I'm 100%
you are.
serious.
I know
Yeah.
you are.
That's
And
what I
it's-
imagine
and you're not-
stagecraft to be.
You're not completely wrong. I mean, it's
Really?
just it's a lot of like, you know, you build facades and
Yeah.
like, you know, you
What's the first thing they teach you?
actually, so I learned lighting first, like stage lighting.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, which is cool. It doesn't help much for film. I mean, they're two completely different
Yeah.
kinds of lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot more rigging based. But I mean, it's still like it's an interesting thing to learn the technical aspects of light.
There's some carpentry.
And then what?
Carpentry.
Eventually,
Then
we
Yeah,
get-
then you go into building wood, chopping wood, building that
wood,
into
slapping it together.
building that into sets, big old sets.
Right.
Tell me
um,
about a set you built.
Okay, let's talk about sets that I built. Like Into the Woods was one of the
I imagine Vanishing Point.
I
Into
built
the
a lot of
Woods.
trees,
Really?
a lot of angry looking trees. There was one that was super angry that I
Okay.
painted myself.
What? Let's just
Super
boil this.
angry.
Let's boil this
Super
down
angry
to the
tree.
essence here. What is the thing that people expect about stagecraft that is absolutely not true, or what's the one thing that people wouldn't expect at all about stagecraft?
Well, what wouldn't they expect?
What's the secret?
I mean, it's very hands on. Like that's certainly it. But is there a secret? I don't know. You kind of just like do what you're told in a lot of ways.
So it's like an army.
It's like an army. It is a lot more like an army than you might think.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It is because there's you know your teachers are really doing the bulk of the
Well, it's
the
funny how
art, the
stagecraft
direction.
It's funny how stagecraft turned into motion picture
Yeah.
over time.
Yeah.
Because especially like, you know, you watch like White Christmas or whatever, like some of these older, like very
Sure. Yeah.
very theatrical stage type movies.
I mean, hell, even that German stuff in the 30s and stuff, you know, weird.
It's basically
junk.
theater that's just being filmed.
Yeah, and actually, you know, there is one interesting thing about it. Like coming from that kind of background and then into film, it's like you can see how a lot of that is implemented. A lot of the stage design and construction is implemented into sets.
Yeah.
It's very similar. It's almost the same, essentially the same kind of workflow.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. That's very cool. And I think that's kind of why in the back of these film teachers' minds, they wanted us to do that first, is just kind of have that sort of background for it.
Well, you can also-
So if you're trapped on stage in one of these sets, like an island,
Just like an island.
which set
And you
would
only
be
have
trapped in?
nails and a hammer.
And
And
you only have
maybe some
nails and a
paints.
hammer and a few buckets
You have to
of
drink paint. You have to drink paint.
No. This is real easy. This is a simple. You hammer the nails into the stage board, and you build yourself a little ladder, and you climb your way out.
That's true.
Sick.
You just
Love it.
construct your way out.
But it is interesting
stagecraft
if you
your
go
way
back and you watch
It's like Minecraft.
movies from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. You watch through like the history of cinema, you can see how it changes from this like wide angle sort of like, you know, focused on the movements of the characters and on like the group dynamics, and there's a lot of singing and dancing and like these very, very coordinated movements between the groups of people on the set.
Yeah.
And then they start introducing things like moving takes and like singles, you know, and then like you look at it today and obviously you still have like wides and things like that, but you think about movies mostly and it's like most of it for at least for the character dramatics, it's all like close-ups now.
Okay, what do you think about musicals? What's your opinion on musicals in general?
I like them.
Like, on stage, or what about in film?
I like them. I mean, I think some of them are bad, some of them are cringy, but like the ones that are good and the ones that are fun.
There's always cringy something, and in any art form, there's always a cringy version.
I mean, man, I gotta say, I went back the other day and I watched The Sound of Music. That's an incredible movie.
Oh yeah.
Okay, like I know people dog on it because it's old timey and whatever, but like if you go back and watch it, not only does like the singing and like the dancing and the acting and all this stuff, but also there's like throughout all of it, they're threading through this plot line, you know, that's very intricate, and there's all these emotions between like, you know, the patron of this family and then this like nun that gets, or this to-be nun that gets hired to come into this family to like serve the motherly role because the mother has died. And it's like, it's all very real, and it's set in this very real environment, but it's got all this magical like essence to it from like this, you know, stuff that would only happen in a movie type thing.
Well, it's kind of that gateway to like what we know as modern cinema too, with this like big grandiose scale. That and like Lawrence of Arabia, those movies kind of set the groundwork for what modern cinema is. In terms of like how they shot landscapes and how big it could all be to really create like a theatrical experience that was unique, and something that you couldn't do, you know, in a theater on stage, you know.
Yeah. I got to go back and watch Lawrence of Arabia again.
Oh man, that movie is incredible.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of funny if you think about like storytelling, and it's like, here, I got a story, and then someone hears it and they're like, that's cool, but it's kind of boring. And so the person telling it goes back and they're like, oh man, like what if I just like sang it? Would that make it more entertaining? And then they sing it and they're like, huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it was much more engaging.
You're basically just describing your character, but it's way more fun.
Way more fun
if it rhymes.
It rhymes a little bit. There's a tune. It's catchy.
Are there any actors these days that can sing, dance, and act? You got like Jamie Foxx.
The triple threat? You're talking about them triple threats?
The true original triple threat.
I don't know.
Jamie Foxx.
Is that an original? I don't know. Well,
no, like he can sing, dance, and act.
Yeah. I mean, true. Like the whole like Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone thing in La La Land. It's
they did that.
Ryan Gosling's singing is a little weird though, but whatever. Yeah. Hugh Jackman.
That's true.
He's a big one.
He can fucking rip your head off, and then like
he'll rip your head off.
But he's also totally willing to sing a song on stage nude.
Yeah. What did he sing and dance in?
He's in a couple. He may rip me.
Yeah. He also made a movie called Australia, and Greatest Showman. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen to movies.
Yeah, what's gonna happen to movies? They'll be back. I don't know.
They'll be back.
Eventually. Yeah,
no,
it's okay.
The movies will heal.
They'll heal.
We'll be back.
No, I don't think so.
It's just gonna, because you know, you see all these like movies that are exclusive pay-per-view kind of deals, you know, and they're working too. It's a business model that like Hollywood discovered with, weirdly enough, Trolls 2. Why? I don't know.
Trolls was pay-per-view? Trolls,
yeah.
Really?
Or Trolls World Tour. I don't know, man. I don't watch those movies, but yeah, that was like one of the first pay-per-view like only digital releases that they put out, and it basically like made its money back as much as it would if it was released in theaters. Yeah.
Where did they release it?
It was on Amazon, I think.
Okay.
I think it was an Amazon.
Yeah, just like $30 for Mulan. Like what?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I get Jimmy's in it.
They're taking into consideration
it's like you pay $30 to see like freaking WWE or something. You know, that pay-per-view cost.
WWE SummerSlam.
But that's like an event. It's like an event. You know, it's like, yo, we're gonna do this on pay-per-view. We're gonna chug 1,000 beers.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah.
You know, like
you don't do that when you watch Trolls 2. You don't chug 1,000 beers.
Just imagine. I'm just trying to imagine like $30. All right, kids, get over here. We're watching this movie, and then they're like on their phones, and you're like, you little fucker.
I paid $30
fucking dollars. $30. You could have bought us a nice meal.
Yeah.
Instead, you're eating French fries and sitting on your phone.
I cleaned the couch.
I get that.
You're texting.
Can we talk about the WWE for a minute?
Okay. like it's cool. I just it's a discussion I always can never participate in because I never watch it and I don't know anything
But
about
you
it.
went to that show that we went to in downtown LA, right? Didn't you come with us when
No.
we went backstage at WWE?
No.
Oh, you weren't with us?
Yeah, because I was like, dude, I'll just show. I'm just there for like the Instagram photo, and it's like I don't want to do that.
I did go to a couple of like.
I mean, I have massive respect for the whole operation and the drama and the storytelling and the physical performance, but also I'm just like,
it's such a different. Yeah. No, totally. But like when you're so are you saying that you have been to like a live?
No, I've never been. No.
Okay. It's so different because I've been to a couple of those. There's some in Orlando where I used to live.
Yeah, Florida.
Florida boy. I had to get past the Gators, the Gator pit. To get there.
Pit.
Yeah. But it's called TNA, I think. Not tits and ass, but the other one. Yeah. But it's in like Universal. And it is my first time going, and it's just like when you're there. And you see those motherfuckers like beating the fake crap out of each other. It's so engaging because everyone around you is like just screaming and just having a great time and just drinking dumb amounts of beer.
It's so captivating.
And it's this sort of, I don't know. It's like electrifying. Like it gets you.
I don't
into
understand what it is about it. It's like there's so many elements to it, and it brings so many different people from so many walks of life. Like obviously, the wrestling stereotype is like the ignorant like country boy that's like good, and they're believing everything that's happening, right?
Yeah,
but
that's so stupid because the same people who do that, like, how many fake things are in their lives?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
it's like, oh, wrestling's fake. It's like almond milk isn't real milk.
Exactly. What? They don't have nipples?
Someone didn't take a little
Little
almond
tiny
milk and squeeze
tiny
on my
nipples? That's not how you do it.
You know what I'm just saying, it's
They
like
just blend them up. What?
people have plenty of substitutes in their lives across many things, so whatever.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like it's also it has all these other elements to it that like you can appreciate as somebody who obviously sees it as a show.
They are fantasant stunts.
Yes,
and
the
seeing them in
stunts are
person,
so
you can
good.
really appreciate how
dude,
good they are. Because
there was one pay-per-view that they did where what was it? Shane McMahon jumped off of like a 30-foot cage. Like imagine being 30 feet is higher than the roof of this building. Imagine being on top of the roof of this building and jumping off of it, aiming for a table, a wooden folding table that's this big. Obviously, you have pads on and everything, but like that's such a gnarly stunt and so dangerous. And you have to plan it and coordinate and just have the balls to be like, okay, this is the moment I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go for it, and you just, man, like. You have to respect that. Like, there's no.
You got to.
It takes so much coordination and effort to like bring all of those elements together and then like distribute them live on camera to whoever wants to watch it. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah,
I think it's
respect.
underrated. We should bring Alex Barbatzas on and just talk about wrestling at some point.
Yeah, the wrestling cast. We got the Riffcast.
I do like that one song
Wrestling
though.
cast.
Put a little ass on it.
Yeah, put a little ass on it.
Put a little ass on it.
I don't know that, but I like it.
It's
That's
a
whatever it
Rafiki,
is.
It's Rafiki's ass song.
Oh, okay. Oh, the
Where he
old
put-
ass song.
He'll
Yeah.
put his butt on you if you cross him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's Rafiki or not. It's somebody.
So many there's like great actors though that have come from
Yes.
wrestling too. You know?
Yeah, tons. I mean, you have The Rock, obviously.
Of course, The
Stone
Rock.
Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
He hasn't been in that many films, but he's been in a few.
Our boy Drax from, I forgot his real name, but
Drax.
yeah, from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Batista.
Batista.
Yeah.
Our boy Batista.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So, wow.
Yeah.
Are we
Yeah, so they're like actually good actors as well.
you have-
most of them are.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
hey,
and they're like so over the top with when they perform wrestling.
if
But
you go back and watch some of those, I was saying this the other day when we were doing the Rock impersonation Olympics. If you go back and watch some of those performances of the Rock, like where he gets on stage and he's just going for it.
yeah,
I aspire
it is great
to
performance.
that.
art.
It's very
It totally
inspiring
is.
to be
Yeah.
like, hey, I wonder if I can do. Where can I do the equivalent of that in my own life?
Yeah, I know. And that is that. So that kind of brings us to like that sort of in person kind of difference with shows like this where it's like it is a big event. So doing this stuff from home, like seeing, I mean, because I've heard a lot of people watched Hamilton at home and they're just like not impressed with it. Because I feel like that's another one of those sort of like you got to see it in person.
Yeah,
you gotta see.
I totally agree. That was like I saw Book of Mormon last year, and
I was about to bring that up,
or maybe it was this year.
Freaking,
I don't even know what time it is or where I am. Seriously,
is this
but it was so good, and like that live performance, it like
something
blew
special.
My fucking mind. I was so impressed with seeing how it comes together, like in the moment, and that's really what makes it impressive. It's like seeing these people just go like, "Hey, this isn't recorded. I only have one shot at nailing this," and they do it, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I haven't seen Hamilton either. But I don't know.
I like funny haha shows. So like that's more my speed, is that style of like comedy.
We've been doing that. We've been doing some stuff with them. Some of the people that were on
things.
that. Can't talk about it, but I was talking with the producer of Book of Mormon, who's also the producer of South Park for a long time, and I go like, how did you go from an animated TV series to like producing a traveling theater show? Like, where did you bring in? She's like, well, I just, we just decided that's what we were going to do. And we put our focus on it and we just learned it. Like we just started doing it and started learning it. And it's like, man, that was a good cue to think about, oh, hey, if there's something else we want to do, even here at Corridor or whatever, like next step, just start getting your feet wet and just jump in, because that's a perfect example of something that's been incredibly successul for a group of people that had nothing to do with it prior.
Yeah.
To then going
I mean,
into
there's systems in place though. It's
of
like
course,
you
bring on the right people and all that, but like you still need to understand how the whole show functions and works, because if you don't, you're not gonna understand like who you're bringing on and what they're good at.
It's gonna get a little more riffy.
I'm gonna get one of those. Hold on.
It's gonna get a little more riffy on this cast. We just cracked the old Pacifica. Oh, all right.
Here, hand me another.
Going all in. This is a Joe Rogan cast now.
So
it's getting a little more Rogan.
Coronavirus, real or fake?
Coronavirus, real or fake?
Oh man.
I have one more thing to say about Book of Mormon though, actually, and it's very funny because when I watched it in Orlando, and they have this whole song about Orlando specifically. And when I watched it the first time, first of all, the audience lost their damn minds when he started singing Orlando.
Orlando. It's the home team.
Yeah, it was, and it's so fucking hard too. It's awesome. I didn't realize that that's just how it was written. I thought that they did that everywhere until I talked to someone else who like watched it here.
It's like the butt end of the whole joke.
Yeah, I know.
Is that this like closeted like gay Mormon guy is just he's dreamt his whole life of going. Well, actually, no, he's not. He's just he's not the gay one. Anyways, the point is that it's just showing how sheltered he is living in Utah.
Yeah,
and then seeing Disney World and thinking that Orlando is like heaven.
Yeah,
because of like there's Universal Studios. But as a child. Same here.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you're going to Orlando?
Yeah.
There's an inside joke.
I went to Orlando when I was like 13, and we went to all the theme parks,
and it was just like, dude, Orlando is
incredible.
Fucking kills.
And it's more than that though. It does kill. It rocks. It fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody wants to visit Orlando, not live there.
They have electrical towers in the shape of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, what else do you need
Mickey's
to know?
World.
My first time in Orlando,
bitch.
I was like, it was amazing. I was like an early teenager. Then I went back for a playlist live.
Yeah.
And that was murder. Because it was like, hey, you boys want to go to Playlist Live because you make a YouTube channel? And I was like, all right, here we go. And we go to it, and it's just like, holy shit. First off, Playlist Live is not VidCon. It is like we are not 14-year-old influencers with 12-year-old fans.
Yeah.
And so we were very out of place. And then it's like, well, shit. What else is there to do?
There's a
is there any
Mexican
restaurants
restaurant across the street.
You have to hop across the gator pit, run across an open freeway because there's no sidewalks.
They got a lot of gator pits in Florida, guys. You just gotta watch out for them. They're sneaky with them too.
Yeah.
And it was just like, Jesus Christ, we're trapped here.
Yeah.
I remember that. We went and
There's no leaving. You can't leave.
We didn't know what to do. We did our event, the thing we were supposed to do to be there, and then we were like, okay, what do we do? And there, like, we met with some people, and
Drank pina coladas.
yeah, and then we were like, what do
nonstop.
we do? So there's like a Cuban or a Mexican restaurant across the street, and we're like, oh, let's just go over there.
Oh man.
And we went over there, and it was like totally different than where we just were, and in a good way and in a bad way. And we sat there and we just had pina coladas and like chips and salsa.
There's so much fun to be had, even just making fun of Orlando. Like we actually made a sketch that's called If Orlando Was a Movie. And it was basically just like, we just make the most hardcore action trailer, but it's about living in Orlando. Like the whole premise is just like, I'm in Orlando. And
did you grow up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
like within the city or suburb?
Sure, yeah. It's called Windermere. And I'm
sure like where we were, it's like in that area, the Disney area, it's like
that's
basically one spot. I'm sure there's like a relatively normal part of Orlando.
It's like in the Lion King where the place where the shadow is, that's I Drive. That area, you just don't go there. You don't go there.
Okay.
But where I lived is actually
the
Shadowlands. Yeah. But where I lived was actually, it's one of the biggest Mormon temples in the country. Yeah, it's huge. And it's like kind of the landmark for where my neighborhood was. Okay. So yeah.
Just look at the crystal on the top of the Mormon church.
Yep.
Where the light hits.
The light shines.
Take a right and there's my place.
It actually shines directly onto my house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Mormons, they're around.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. People think they're just in Utah.
They're among us.
People think they're just in Utah, but it's
Look, I've never had an issue with a Mormon. Not gonna lie.
No, they're super
they're
nice.
Great. They're so nice. I actually dated
everyone
a Mormon
I've
girl.
met has been the nicest people.
That's a thing.
That's their. Is that within their?
I think I actually think because it was a weird sort of thing where it's like we were dating but not because she didn't want to. I don't think she wanted to tell her parents about me.
Convert.
Yeah, I think so. Right?
Yeah, you converted.
That's kind of a thing. Yeah.
Listen, the whole reason why my family became Catholic is because my two grandfathers on both sides, they really wanted to marry like Balkan women, like Slavic women. Oh. And they were obviously Catholic, and so they had to convert. And so
to Slavic?
No, to Catholicism.
Okay. They were Slavic?
No, they were Protestant.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the other way around.
They begrudgingly put on their track pants for the wedding.
Their blue contacts in.
They're like, oh, shit.
They had to eat a lot of white fish.
Which one do you want? Do you want the red Adidas track jacket or the yellow one?
And listen, when you get married,
they're like, I thought I was going to have the yellow one.
When you get married,
my favorite color.
You have to squat and you have to smoke a Marlboro Light.
Yeah.
Okay? Just part of it.
It's part of the deal, man.
Sorry, we're not sorry.
It's cool.
Yeah, there's so many funny stereotypes about Slavic people. It's kind of an obscure region of Europe. Like it's not really well known for anything in particular.
Oh, but they talk funny, so it's fun.
They talk funny.
They talk real funny.
Beautiful women.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the track
like
pants.
and in Norway too. Like all those.
Oh yeah.
That area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sick,
bro.
So, hey, one other thing. What's going on with these mailboxes?
The mailbox thing.
Damn, government took my box. They're rounding up the mailboxes.
This is, by the way, as a preface, a topic we did not want to talk about because none of us know what we're talking about.
No one wants to talk about it because it's like no one. There's not even a straight
I don't know
story.
If there's any real information out there.
And that's the problem.
Even the postal service is just like, we're actually replacing them with more up-to-date mailboxes. Like, it's a fucking steel. It's like an iron box painted blue. It's like what?
There were some iPads in it.
It's funny what people notice when things become like when things raise up into the cultural zeitgeist. Like, for example, there's plenty of mailboxes around here. You go, you drop off your mail, right? It's standard operating procedure. Well, usually one of the other operating procedures that oftentimes people don't know about is that the mail. The post office comes around at night and they lock those boxes in certain neighborhoods because people steal from them. We had this happen to us, so they lock them. And then apparently there was somebody the other day who was tweeting about how there was a mailbox that was locked in Burbank, and they were like, "The mailboxes are locked, guys! The mailboxes are locked!" And it's like,
Trump's taking over the
mailboxes.
mailboxes.
It's funny what like
taking our boxes.
a totally innocent operating procedure can like all of a sudden just get like clipped by like this other thing that's happening that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's funny.
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, at the end of the day, sure, those mailboxes, those pictures that are like headline photos of mailboxes being taken away in these big flatbed bed trucks, that could be standard.
There's another. Yeah, it could be
standard.
There's another picture of a bunch of new ones just getting falling right after
they photoshopped that out.
I mean, who knows? I hope
they're just they're the same mailbox, but they're just shinier.
I hope that everything goes well.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. It'd be a shame.
It would be a shame. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, there's so much like, I just feel like in general this year there's like extra layers of conspiracy everywhere.
So many.
Like and conspiracy that like that gets the headlines and comes to the forefront.
So here we go. We naturally landed on our on our conspiracy
on our
theory.
regular podcast.
I'm just gonna throw a fact out. Just throwing a fact. They move mailboxes all the time based on mail volume.
Right.
And basically because of all the crazy people like freaking out about mailboxes, they issued a statement recently that they basically said, look, y'all can't handle it when we just like are messing with our property. So we'll just have an agreement here, which is we're not going to fuck with mailboxes until after the election, just so no one freaks out anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And just like, because no one could.
That's probably fine.
It's probably not a bad idea considering one guy sees a lock on a mailbox and then like thinks the world's going to blow up.
Yeah, no, it's so here's my conspiracy.
Go
you guys
for
want
it.
to hear it?
Uh-oh.
So it's like, when was the last time that this kind of stuff happened?
Civil War.
No. Well, 2016.
With the Russians.
The previous election.
The Ruskies.
Right? And it seems like, you know, this is very like someone pulling the strings, which I
seems like
definitely, but like there's a lot
George
of
Soros.
Yeah, there's George Soros is out there pulling the strings,
yanking those
Hungarian
chains.
and American citizenship.
Putin's taking our mail.
Okay, but real talk.
Putin's taking our mail.
Putin's got all our mail.
He's reading the grandma's letters.
He's reading every single letter.
Yeah, no, like it just seems like every year there's the major election. It's like, why does this stuff have to go on like this? Can't we all just get along? Aren't we all on the same team?
Yeah.
Everyone thought the
so.
last election was high stakes. They're like, Trump is the worst candidate ever.
Yeah.
Like, if he's elected, the economy's gonna crash.
Yeah.
He's gonna be arrested, and he's gonna be put in jail. And then Mike Pence is gonna have to be president because he's so obviously going to jail. And now it's like, yo, bro, if Trump gets elected,
I know
people are literally gonna riot now this time because like, it's like, it's
true.
And I mean,
even if it's 100% legit,
it's like I'm not gonna vote for the guy.
Yeah.
But like, Jesus Christ.
So, but I think the problem is like, you can have denying on either side here, like regardless of the result.
Well,
it's like, I mean, even our president's talking about like, we'll see.
Let's not talk about voting, because like who you vote for president does not determine who you are as an individual.
For sure.
Like, look at the choices.
Yeah. No, I know. And at the end of the day,
it's like
we all have different perspectives.
You're picking
on it, so.
from you're like, there's these giant issues, and it's like there's a wash of all these different things that are relevant to you as an individual. And like, I wish we could all just like take a moment and step back and go like, look, like there's people are making the best decision that they can make for themselves. And some people are doing it pragmatically. Some people are doing it on singular issues. Some people are doing it because they feel about X, Y, and Z. And there's only two people you can vote for. And so let's take a step back and go like, hey, maybe it doesn't mean you're a bloodthirsty baby killer if you vote for X, Y, or Z.
Yeah, exactly. It's like saying, oh yeah, these two people boil down the like 400 million Americans. It's like, there's 200 million Americans who are like Trump, and there's 200 million Americans that are like Biden, apparently.
Right. Yeah. Apparently.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Evidently, there's 200 million Trumps, and 200 million Bidens.
Well, I mean, that's the other
I
thing
haven't
too.
seen them. I've been looking for them. I've been out there on the streets with binoculars, being like,
your racist goggles.
Yeah, is that
your
guy?
racist spotters?
Yeah, I mean, look, there are other people on the ballot. Just throwing it out there.
Yep.
You might feel like you're wasting your vote, but you're only wasting your vote if you don't vote for someone who you actually want to be.
feel
in
like
office.
would do the best job.
Yeah.
Like that's all it comes down to. Like who practically would do the best job right now, and that's a subjective question or the subjective
It
answer.
is. Yeah.
It's like I'm like, okay, we need to build we need someone who's an expertise in stagecraft here. All right, and
Oh, I got you, baby. Let's go, son.
we do this office challenge, a stagecraft office challenge. And here's the thing, though, Jake's got a ton of power tools at his disposal, and we know that he's probably going to do it. He'll build a stage, but we know that there's one man here who will do the best job. So it's like, who do you vote for? Do you go for this guy who maybe he's got some more points, or do you go with the expert? And it's like, well, sorry, Matt, I know you would actually build the best stage, but I feel like you're not going to win, so I'm not going to vote for you.
Yeah.
It's like, what
And
the
Jake
heck?
has better hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got
You got to consider
he's
that.
got a cool
Right.
hairdo.
You got to consider that.
I don't know. It just seems
That's
silly.
how Gavin Newsom won. It was all about that hair.
It's all about the hair, man.
He's a
Politicians.
good-looking guy, man.
Yeah.
It's easy to vote for him when he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, vote
It's
for
like,
me."
hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I cheat on my wife. But I won't cheat on you, I promise.
I won't cheat on America.
promise.
I don't cheat on California. Would never do that. I can lie to my wife, but not to the people.
Oh Lord. This was great. We
Yeah.
should totally do more of these.
Oh, the Riffcast.
The Riffcast,
Yeah.
I feel like, is like open forum. By the
Yeah.
way, just full disclaimer, guys, if you've been offended by anything we've said on this podcast, there's
Just-
two things that you should do, okay? Number
Like,
one,
comment, subscribe.
no, number one, focus on not letting the things that other people say offend you as much, because believe it or not, you do have
Hey, look,
control
Jake, I
over
don't
your
think-
emotions.
We didn't offend anyone with anything
No,
here.
we
Everything
didn't
here was so
offend
tame.
people. It was tame. It was
Oh,
a fun
It was
time.
pretty tame.
It's
Yep.
not like this. We talked
Okay.
about like Black Lives Matter again.
Yeah. I only
That-
said
that
fuck
one-
Trump a couple of times. It's fine. We're
I
good.
mean, look, I think we've covered actually offensive topics. Drone strikes.
Yeah,
Like everyone's
we
so
did.
used to
We-
hearing that
I'm
phrase.
just giving a full disclaimer.
I know.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's the right thing to do. But anyway, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, Jake, you're
Yeah.
100% right though.
Well,
Yeah.
this was a lot of fun. We should do another one.
We should.
Okay.
Right now, let's do
let
it,
us know
right
in the
now.
comments
No?
if you guys want to do another Riffcast. Be happy to do it.
It was a lot of
For
fun.
Riffs Cast, I think we found a new format.
Yeah.
Indeed, we did.
It's all about not taking things too seriously, and,
Yeah.
and honestly, you kind of you have to put yourself out on a limb there. It's like sometimes you don't know the facts, but
Yep.
don't let that stop you.
Exactly.
Right?
From throwing all kinds of opinions out there.
I think
We got all kinds of opinions to share.
that's the best way.
All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks for
Cheers.
listening.
Peace. Later.
See you later.